Hello, in this video session I am going to explain about the digital trainer kit. This is a digital trainer kit. So this digital trainer kit is designed for students to connect the circuits, evaluate the circuits, you can test the circuit, and if they want to modify the circuit, they can easily modify in a very easy manner. So on this kit we can perform all the practicals that are there in the digital electronics labs, right? So on this kit there are many components like here, right? So one component, second component, third, fourth, fifth. So we are going to go with one by one for each component. So first, to perform the practical, you need to check whether your power is on or not. So that is always a first step on your digital trainer kit. So for that, here is the one power on LED. So from here you can check whether your power is on or not, and always make sure you are going to switch on the power and test whether your digital board is working or not. From here, so we are going to make it on. Now see here, so power is on, LED is glowing, so that means now our digital board is working. So this is the first step, right? And the second step, we are going to go on this section. This section is known as a IC placeholder section, because almost all the practicals are going to perform using ICs. So we are going to concentrate on this section. In this section, there are 6 sockets or 6 batches to place the ICs. Why we need 6 batches or 4 batches? Suppose in one circuit you need 4 ICs. So then simultaneously or parallelly we can place 4 ICs in 4 different sockets, right? So now when I'm going to talk about a one socket, so this socket is known as a IC place holder, right? So how we are going to use this IC place holder? So before using second part, this IC place holder is having 20 pins, right? And before connecting the IC, we are going to open this notch in a vertical manner so that we can open this patch to make our IC properly locked in this patch. So now we are going to talk about our one specific IC. So this is known as our one integrated circuit IC, right? So we are going to always read out the IC from here. Here is the number mentioned on it. So from that number always you are going to rectify that this IC is for what operation. So this is the first task in case of IC. Second task, how many pins are there, right? And third, from where we are going to start our count. So on the IC always there is a dot or a notch on a one end. So that is always treated as a head of that IC. So from the top, from the head or a dot, you take a left and start counting, right? So this way 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then move on this side, right? And last pin is counted as a 14th pin, right? So then now we are going to place this IC in this IC place holder. So how we are going to place now? So this is the way. Now we know that yes, this IC place holder is open. So we are going to place this IC in this way, and then lock this IC by pressing this notch, right? So when you are going to press this notch, this IC is perfectly locked. Okay, so that is, if the IC is not perfectly locked, we are not able to go for perfect connections. So make sure you are going to check whether IC is perfectly locked or not, right? Second thing, when you are going to use a specific IC for any operation, right? So always first you need to check whether that IC is working or not. That part you are going to perform by using a IC tester. From that you check whether this particular specific IC is working or not, right? So this is the next step in case of IC. Third step, how now we know this IC is a 14 pin IC, right? So how we are going to count the pins? So this IC placeholder is of 20 pin, right? But we are placing a IC only with the 14 pins. So make sure when you are going to count the number of pins on this IC, then you are going to start counting from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then this is your 8th pin. So make sure you are going to count the pins properly, because all the connections in this IC are totally based on pin numbers, right? Okay, so when you are going to go for a connections, so you are going to use this place. So on this trainer board, here is the zigzag connection, right? So suppose I want to make a connection for 1, so I am going to use this part. For 2, for 3, for 4, 5, 6, right? So these are the slots to make the connections with ICs. So then next part, to make this IC on, one basic step for that IC is always going to connect it to a source and a ground. So then we need to check which pin is for source and which pin is for ground. So we are going to check that from a pin diagram. Pin diagram always mentions yes, this pin is for specific ground and this pin is for VCC. Suppose for example we use this pin diagram of a 7432 IC, that is the OR gate IC, that is also a 14 pin IC, and in this pin diagram, pin number 7 is for ground and pin number 14 is for VCC. So that means these two connections are mandate connections for every IC. So see here on this board, on this section, here is the ground connection and here is the VCC connection. So when you are going to connect a specific pin of the IC to ground and VCC, so you are going to use these two connections. Okay, so then next step, where you are going to connect the input and where you are going to connect the output. So for that, this specific section is there on this trainer board, right? So on this trainer board, 3 rows are there for input and output connection. But these connections are general purpose, whether I want to use it for input or whether I want to use it for output, because in every row switch is there, LED is there, switch is there, LED is there, switch is there, LED is there. Because for input the basic requirement is a switch, because I need to make it 1 or 0 like this. Now it's 1, it's 0. But for output, basic requirement is a LED, whether LED is glowing or whether LED is off. If LED is glowing, it means output is 1. If LED is not glowing, means off, it means output is 0. So for that purpose, for every circuit always we need a input and output. So we are going to use this section for input and output, right? So the next part, for every circuit we need connectors, right? So in case of digital, we are not going to use the word is connector. We said patch cords. So these are known as patch cords. These patch cords are generally with two colors, red and black. Their size is 2 mm and 4 mm, right? But again, same rule here, similar to IC testing. First, you need to check whether patch cord is working or not, right? Now, the part is how we are going to check whether patch cord is working or not. So for that, first you need to check the continuity. For that, the word is known as continuity. So one rule to check the continuity is using multimeter, and other rule, you are going to connect one end of a patch cord. This is the one end of a patch cord and this is the another end of a patch cord. We need to connect it to input. Suppose now I am going to use this row for input and this row I am going to use it for output. So one end of patch cord is going to be connected to input line and other end of a patch cord is going to be connected to output line. So this way you are going to make a connection. Now we test whether this patch cord is working or not. Now for this, switch on, right? Switch on. So if both the LEDs are on, so that means this patch cord is working, right? Means I make a switch on the input part and LED is on the output part. So that means this patch cord is working, right? Now we said everywhere we are going to use this patch cords for making connections. So how we are going to use now? So as a previous diagram, according to this diagram, I know 7th pin is the ground pin, right? And 14th pin is the VCC pin. So first I am going to join, this is my 14th pin, right? As per numbering that we have counted earlier, this is my 14th pin. So I am going to connect here and the other end of a patch cord is going to be connected to +5, that is known as VCC. Then second connection, I use red for plus and black for minus, right? So I need to connect a ground. So where is the ground? This 7th pin is the ground of this specific IC. So I'm going to join here on the ground, right? So this is the way how we are going to join a ground and a VCC to a specific IC, to a specific circuit, not for IC, for a specific circuit, right? So now this way we have covered almost all the sections that we are going to use. Suppose if I want to check the input, right? So if I want to check the input, now as per this IC, whatever IC is there, so I am going to check its pin diagram, and from its pin diagram I am going to make sure which one is treated as a input pin. So this IC is a OR gate IC, right? So its pin 1 is treated as a first AND gate. This is 7408. It's a AND gate IC. So its first pin is the AND gate pin. So I am going to join a first pin to a first connection of input, right? Same way, second pin I am going to join to second connection for the input. Now third, I want output of a AND gate. So for that I joined third pin to the output part, right? So now I know this is a AND gate IC. So in this case, when your output is high, so you are going to verify the truth table. So I know if both the inputs are 1 1, in that case output is always 1. If one of the input is low, output is low, right? I'm going to change the connection. See, output is low. If I'm going to make both 0 0, output is low, but for both 1 1, your output is high, right? So this is the way how you are going to use a digital trainer board for all the circuits that you are going to connect for your digital practical lab. And if you want to connect for a mux, if you want to connect it for a decoder, so then you should know a number of ICs, their pin diagrams, then you can easily connect any circuit. And one other part, in some of the trainer boards generally, breadboard is also there on the trainer board. In this trainer board, breadboard is not there, but in some of the trainer boards, breadboard is also there. So if you want to make external connections, then generally you are going to use a breadboard, because whatever connections are not there on this trainer board, and if you want that kind of connection, then you are going to use a breadboard. So this is the introduction about our digital trainer kit. Thank you.